think I had it a little bit hard because I spent my last 2 years of high school in a new school with you, and I think it's a difficult time for a teenager to move to a new school. So I think I was actually a very secure teenager. I had a lovely home life. I got a lot of love from artistic parents, and I was always different. So I was secure in myself, but I think walking into quite a narrow-minded community, I found it very hard having, artistic parents and being a creative. I did feel that box very tightly. And it was quite tough for me, but I think I was always, I don't think I was a difficult teenager. I enjoyed life. I enjoyed sport. I enjoyed my friends. So I actually had a wonderful teenage life. I did my B drum honors at University of Stellenbosch. I always knew I wanted to be an actor. My father was in the industry, so that was always an easy one. And it was just wonderful to be free there and to move among other creatives. I really found myself and to never look back. I've been an actor, director, teacher ever since. Teaching, I found, I love taking my knowledge. I like being in the industry and then taking all that knowledge and giving it back to young people. They inspire me beyond belief. Their energy is incredible. They are new thinkers. I think we can learn so much from the youth. I find them just amazing. So I think they teach me more than I teach them, but I absolutely love that. That's the part of the job I love so much. And I think drama is an incredible tool to help so many people with confidence, with discovering themselves, with so many aspects of being human. People say, why must my kid do drama? Why must they do cricket or rugby or soccer? Not to become a professional necessarily. It's all the things around that you learn from it. And for me, drama is everything, especially in our social media age where kids don't communicate. They can't even recognize emotions. I think drama is essential to their personal growth. Yeah. It really is an incredible tool. Yeah. I must be the most unsentimental person I know. Material things mean nothing to me. They really don't. And I don't own a lot of expensive things either. I think I'm someone that if something's missing, I can live with it. I did think about it a bit. I have some of my mom's paintings. My mom passed away 2 years ago, and there are one or two that are very special to me. So I would maybe go with that. But even then, if it goes in a fire, I will also accept that for the time it was. But that is definitely something that I think is close to my heart.
Yeah.
I think that I can be very stubborn. When I really believe in something, I can fight for it, which is then a bonus on the one side. But on the other hand, I think sometimes it can close me off to see other perspectives. And I think I've learned over the years, I challenge myself when I feel that stubbornness coming out to say, wait, look at the other perspectives, because I think one can be closed off. So I would definitely say that is one trait that is, really not, many times that I said, if I wasn't so stubborn, then I could just see and accept help and, I think my son passed away 7 years ago. I think to live with joy after you lose a child, I think is very courageous. Doesn't matter how you live it. To get up every day is quite a challenge, I think. So that I would say is my most courageous thing.
Yes.
And even with the days you don't live with joy, is also courageous. I think it is just life becomes a huge challenge. And I think every parent that does that, I think we all have things. Anybody who lives with having suffered a lot, I think that is real courage to get up and still try and find joy. From sort of so-called celebrities or well-known people that have inspired me in my life, I think Nelson Mandela has always been my hero. I think as a human, there has never been, and especially having him in our close proximity in South Africa and really seeing his suffering and seeing his forgiveness. And I think that is just a true inspiration. But I'm inspired daily, and especially in South Africa, we have so much poverty and suffering and people struggling. And I'm inspired daily by the people scratching in the bins, standing at the robots, and they look up and they still have life in their eyes and they still smile. And that to me is incredibly inspiring, is humans that live with so little, and yet they still find the joy. And that to me is really inspirational.
Was it not you who posted something recently on Facebook of meeting a guy at a robot and he said something?
Yes. If I remember, I'm trying to think now. It was just so incredible. It was in the rain, and it was this old man. He hardly had any teeth, and he was standing in the cold and the rain. And I said to my daughter, "What money do I have? We must just give him something." And I gave him the money, and I said to him, "I'm so sorry that you have to stand here." And he looked me straight in the eye and he said, "It is not for us to decide what is suffering and what is not suffering. It is what it is." And he had such acceptance of standing in the rain, drenched through, and he wasn't suffering in that. He was just in acceptance that was where he was supposed to be now. And then I'm like, here, I think I'm giving that person something, but what they're giving back to me will last me a lifetime. Yes. And I'm in such gratitude of that. And I think for me, the one thing that I learned with my son's death as well is I never said, what if? Could we have done this? Then this doesn't happen. You can't change anything. So I never live with what could I have changed or what could we change. What I do live with is what can I change now? What do I have around me now? And how can I approach this now? And next time this type of situation comes to me, how do I want to handle it? And what do I want to do with it? I am not someone that ever likes to go back and says, if we change this, what? Because it's not. We have this moment, and this moment is perfect because it is what it is. So of course it's perfect because that's the way it is. The next moment we have, over this moment we have some control. And that's where I put my focus, is what can I do now? So what can I change now if I'm unhappy? But I can't do anything about my past. I was born into a very spiritual family, and I think we've always been inspired to, we've always wanted deeper meaning in things. But I think with Kiran's death, I think what happens is your world outside is impossible. I couldn't breathe outside myself because my son was dead. So I think I just went so much deeper. And I immediately realized this is my path. It's here for a reason. I'm going to walk this path fully, so I think I just went deeper and deeper and deeper into myself because I couldn't find meaning outside because my child was dead. So all the meaning had to come from inside. So I think, yes, so I think that made it even deeper for myself. I have to find the meaning here. I don't find it out there. I think it's so many different things for so many people. I think success for me is loving all, loving the now, loving the past, loving the hate, loving the suffering, loving everything. That to me is ultimate success. I think in our lifetime, we all crave to be happy. But why is there suffering? It's there because we also have to suffer. So in a way, to love the suffering and to love the hatred. And if you look at our world at the moment, suffering so much, to even love that in a way, to give it such loving energy, because it is here because it's supposed to be here. Otherwise, it wouldn't be here. So acceptance of all and loving all, that to me is ultimate success, because I think we actually don't really have a lot of control over what's going to happen. In fact, we have no control over what's going to happen in the next moment. And I know this, I had this fear that my son was going to fall down a cliff for 14 years of his life, and he fell off a cliff, so you don't have control over the next moment, only this one. So for me, that is true success. You don't know if you're going to make money or if you're going to do this. You can only live fully now. And in that, I think, for me, lies ultimate success, is in loving your now. I think the best advice I ever got was from my mom. We never went to church. It was always open. You must believe what you want to believe. But she always dropped us at church on a Sunday so that we can check everything out. And one day she said, no, the church is at home. So oh my word. Okay, so she had us all around the table, and she said, okay, there's an umbilical cord now between you and me. And we had to take our fingers, and she said, and now you cut this cord. And she said,
wow.
Your life is from now on your responsibility. It's not my fault. It's not God's fault. It's nobody's fault. You take responsibility for your own life.
How old were you?
And I think it's one of the most powerful, beautiful things that it shaped me into who I am, because I always bring it back to me. Everything in my life, it's my choice how I handle it. It's nobody's fault. And I've never been able to blame anybody after that day, because I can't say, that one did that to me. How did I react to it? It's my responsibility. So I think that was one of the most incredible things of my life, was that day when my mom made me cut the umbilical cord, because it's a symbolic thing of how I just think how we can always, people find ways to blame the world for what's happening to them, instead of just taking responsibility and saying, what can I do in this situation? So I think that's the best advice.
How old were you at the time?
I was about 11 or 12. So I was young, and I was like, you don't really get it, but it made a huge impact forevermore. Because every time I would then blame, then she would remind me, no, remember.
We cut the cord.
Yeah. Amazing, yeah.
Did you do it with your children as well?
They know the story. Yes, exactly. And I tried to, for them from early on, because it made such an impact, to remind, no, go back to yourself. Yes. What could you have done? Where you have control of things happening to you. I want to go walk with the gorillas in Uganda. I don't know why, but that I really, really, really want to do. Yes, that's on my bucket list, and I have to do it.